I saw a tweet from Elon Musk. He's tweeting that Christianity may soon be gone, extinct, if we continue approaching society the way Elon Musk is not a pastor, he's not an apostle. Your pastors are. Elon Musk is not a bishop of a church. He's not an apostle. He saw something and said, no, this is going too far. The most sacred ritual in Christianity, one of the most sacred rituals that Yeshua enjoyed with his students before he began to face the burdens of the cross, which is the Passover. I watched a video where this Olympic celebration. Hi. Do you know my pain, man of God, sir? It's not just because they depicted it. They use drag queens. What an abomination. Drag queens. You know drag queens? Cross-dressers. And they are mocking the Passover. Pastors are worried about if you don't pay tithe. To an extent that Elon Musk, that is basically an atheist. He's not a Christian. Doesn't do religion. Can go and be tweeting that the way this thing is going, Christianity will soon be extinct. Is it not extinct? Can you find the type of Christianity the apostles have had? Do you know the problem? Passive. Let's just leave the let God fight for us. James earnestly contend for the faith that was once delivered. See, we don't understand that what causes priesthood to thrive is not just receiving scepter, it's also knowing how to keep scepters and transferring scepters uncorrupt. You don't just receive a scepter. You can receive a garden today and lose it tomorrow. But you receive the scepter, preserve the originality of the scepter, and then hand it over to another when you are going to be with the Lord. That's mastery. Because if they know that they cannot get you to lose your scepter, they will corrupt it. This was Paul's body. He said, the things you receive from me, hand it over to faithful. Then there will not easily exchange. So people that can preserve the originality of this thing. Because priesthood also seeks continuity. Even demonic priesthood families, they say, okay, find one of your child, let that person continue. I say, Lord, you want to know why you've not done some of us or something? I would destroy the world. Oh, you know, prophets have forgotten what it means to be a prophet. You've forgotten. A prophet is speaking today, they'll say, judging people. You know what a prophet is. You think a prophet is one who is prophesying, giving people solution. Prophets, you see, every time God raises a national prophet, it's because the problem is now national. Oh, when you pray well, God will raise you to be a national prophet. To do what? God doesn't just pan prophets anyhow. In the New Testament, the work of a prophet is leadership, church leadership. That's the highest work. But when God moves a prophet from just church leadership into territorial governance, of a prophet becomes a judge. It means the thing that is to be contended has now become a national problem. Or it has gone beyond a congregation and is now affecting the nation of God in that territory. That's when God will raise a prophet that will have a national voice. Aside from that, a prophet's assignment is in church leadership. He's one of the 4 pillars or leaders of the church. So guess what? When we forget what it means to be spokespersons, voices of God. And when I talk about the prophet, do you know that in the days when scriptures spoke of messengers, evangelists did not exist in those days. Apostles did not exist in those days. A prophet was anyone who came in the name of the Lord or who claimed to have divine messages. That's what a prophet is. If you come and say, oh, the Lord has inspired me to speak to you people, they'll call you a Navi, a prophet. When Yeshua came and he was trying to cause a revolution in the temple by chasing out the people that were defiling the temple, famously known as the cleansing of the temple, what did the Pharisees ask of him? He said, give us a sign to show that you have authority to do this, to show that even our master was radical when it came to preserving the originality. Now, if you don't understand what I'm saying this morning, you may think I'm talking about just going out and talk about Christianity. No. Understand what we had, then you will know where we're falling from. So the burden of Yeshua was not that religion had evolved. The burden of Yeshua was not that people were not coming to the temple. People were still coming to the temple. But the problem was that the temple was now serving a purpose that it was not meant for. So every time the temple begins to serve a purpose it was not meant for, God sends prophets to do what? To carry out temple cleansing. Temple cleansing. When the house of God becomes a place where we now sell prayer talit, I come and say this one is Mount Zion prayer talit. God's burden then is no longer are people coming to Salem Church. God's burden becomes this man quickly from this place. Even Jezebel, that Yeshua spoke of in the book of Revelation, he said, I've given her time to repent. And since she doesn't want to repent, I'll begin to kill her children. And I will strike her with sickness. That is how ruthless God is when he wants to deal with defilement in the temple. Remember my parable when we were worshiping. It's a prophetic message for those who have ears. When Satan wants to cast a darkness, he enthrones leaders who are under the darkness. Imagine when those type of leaders becomes the ones who govern you in church. There is no form nor comeliness that you may desire them. They are men of sorrows, acquainted with grief. Yet the people who esteem them stricken. A small college of people, of which Salem is a part of them. You'll see people being promoted and you ask yourself, Lord, why? Why have you still cast me to the ground? Why have you caused me to still see shame? When would you avenge us? Say a little while. When I begin to say some things now, people will say you are attacking men of God or some men of God because people don't understand. You know, we live in an opinionated generation. If you say one thing, they will hear it from their foolishness or their wisdom. So even you as a prophet, it seems as though you are limited. May God raise you and send you.
Hello, thank you for watching the video, and I hope it was a great asset to you. And I hope it was also very useful. If you haven't commented, if you haven't liked, please do that. And for more videos, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more videos. God bless you.